Hey everybody. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. This is another Gary, Indiana video coming at you. I'm getting ready to drive to the neighborhood to where the most expensive house here
Take the next right onto East 13th Avenue.
To where the most expensive house in the city of Gary, Indiana is located. So let's see what's going on over there. Let's take a ride.
In 600 feet, turn left onto Etna Street. Take the next left onto Etna Street. In a quarter mile, turn right onto US 12 East, US 20 East. Take the next right onto US 12 East, US 20 East. Continue on US 12 East for half a mile. In a quarter mile, turn left onto Clay Street. Turn left onto Clay Street, then turn right onto Miller Avenue. Turn right onto Miller Avenue. Continue on East 7th Avenue for half a mile. In a quarter mile, turn left onto South Lake Street. turn left onto South Lake Street, then turn right onto Miller Avenue. Turn right onto Miller Avenue. In a quarter mile, turn left onto South Grand Boulevard. Take the next left onto South Grand Boulevard. Continue on South Grand Boulevard for 3/4 of a mile. In a quarter mile, turn right onto Forest Avenue. Take the next right onto Forest Avenue, then turn left onto Ironwood Avenue. Take the next left onto Ironwood Avenue. In 800 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Alright folks, I'm going to turn this camera around for a minute here.
Your destination is on the left.
Alright folks, this house right here on the corner is for sale currently. The house you just saw a second ago is currently for sale here in Gary, Indiana. They are asking, see, here's my notes here. I got the wrong page. They are currently asking $390,000 for that house. Now let's drive around this area for a little bit. Look at a few houses in this community. Just drive around the community, Now, I would say that, I would say this is definitely going to be the best side of Gary, Indiana. The most fluent side of the city. You got a mixture of smaller homes, medium-sized homes, and a few larger ones. I would say for the most part, once again, this appears to be a normal working class community. This area is definitely going to be a cut or two above the community that I drove through on my first video of Gary, Indiana. Now, I would say if you wanted to move around this neighborhood and buy one of these smaller houses, even some of these mid-size houses, you could probably grab one of these up for less than $150,000. I mean, I would say for even less than $100,000, you can probably grab up one of these houses if you wanted to move around here. And although this is most likely the best side of Gary, Indiana, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, this is still Gary, Indiana. But I guess what I'm trying to say is if you are going to live here in Gary, this is going to most likely be the best community here in Gary to live. Now, me personally, I would never pay 300 and some grand to live here in Gary, period, at all. I mean, there's no community here in Gary that I feel would be good enough to pay that kind of money. I mean, just the infrastructure of Gary, I'm sorry, but I would never pay that kind of money to live here. I mean, if I had 390 grand to drop on a home and I wanted to live in a city, like if I wanted to live in Northwest Indiana, I would drive an hour south, give or take. I would drive like I would drive an hour south and move into and look around for something in West Lafayette. Or I would check out Crown Point. Or further south than that, I would check out Lebanon, Indiana, which I've done a video of, so go check them out. I mean, those would be the kind of places that I would check out if I was going to drop 390 grand for a house in this current housing market. I mean, honestly, I would check out Greater Fort Wayne or somewhere closer to Indianapolis for that type of money. I want to be here in Gary. I want to be here in Gary. Now, some of these houses do look nice. However, for 390 grand, I would want to live in a city that had a little more going for itself than what Gary's got going for itself. In fact, I want to live in a city that had a lot more going for itself than Gary. So I wish that seller best of luck in selling his house. But I got a funny feeling that I don't think anybody is going to be willing to pay 390 grand for a house here in Gary. Now, I could be wrong. This housing market has proven me wrong on many occasions. I do admit that. So maybe there's somebody out there that might be willing to pay 390 grand to live here in Gary. I know I wouldn't. But then again, there's a lot of stuff that other people would do, which I wouldn't do. So it is what it is. Alright, folks, I'm going to end it right here. Everybody have a blessed one. Y'all know what to do. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, consider subscribing. And I will see you guys on the next video.